Hello everyone, this is our next lecture on the chapter Theory of Attributes, and our today's topic is Consistency of Data and Independence of Attributes. If we analyze the qualitative characteristic of data, it is essential to check whether the collected frequency of attributes are correct or not. Otherwise, result may be absurd. If some of the frequencies are found to be negative, then the data is said to be inconsistent. Means if any one of the frequency is negative, then we said that the data is inconsistent. The necessary and sufficient condition for consistency of the set of independent class frequency is that no ultimate class frequency is negative. Means all values should be positive. Next one is conditions for the consistency of the data. If there is a single attribute A, then the conditions are the value of A must be greater than or equal to 0 and alpha is also greater than or equal to 0. For two attributes A and B, the conditions of consistency are the value of AB is greater than or equal to 0. Also A beta is greater than or equal to 0. A beta means A minus AB is greater than 0, that is AB is less than or equals to A. Alpha B is greater than or equal to 0, that is B minus AB is greater than or equal to 0, that is AB is less than or equal to B. And the value of alpha beta is also greater than or equal to 0, that is N minus A minus B minus A plus B is greater than or equal to 0, or AB is greater than or equal to A plus B minus N. For example, in a village there are 500 adults. Out of these, 100 adults are literate and 150 are employed. There are 150 adults who are literate as well as employed. Check whether the information is consistent or not. So first we will write the given. In a village there are 500 adults. Out of these, 100 adults are literate. So first we'll write the given things, means the present thing. So here present thing is there are 500 adults and out of these 100 adults are literate, means there are two given things, that is literate adult and 150 are employed. In a village there are 500 adults. Out of these 100 adults are literate. 100 adults are literate and 150 are employed. Means the present things are literate adult and employed adult. So here let A is equal to the literate adult, means present thing. Similarly B is equal to the employed adult, that is also the given thing. B is equal to employed adult. Now the opposite of A is alpha. If A is literate adult, then alpha is illiterate adult, and if B is employed adult, then beta is unemployed adult. So here given their total number of adults are 500, therefore the value of N is 500. Then 100 adults are literate. 100 literate adult is denoted by A, so the frequency of A is 100. 150 are employed. Employeds are denoted by B, so the frequency of B is 150. Then there are 150 adults who are literate as well as employed. So there are 150 persons who are literate as well as employed. And literacy is denoted by A and employed is denoted by B, means AB is equal to 150. Now we have to check whether the information is consistent or not, means we have to calculate the remaining frequencies, check whether the frequencies are positive or not. So firstly we calculate the remaining frequencies by using that simple table. So here table is A alpha total, B beta and total. So just substitute first the given values. The given value of AB is 150, A is 100, B is 150 and N is 500. N means total number of persons. A is the adult person and B is the employed person. A is literate adult and B is employed adult, and AB is literate as well as employed. So A is literate adult and B is employed adult. Now we have to find the remaining frequency. So here the value of AB is known, B is known. We can calculate the value of alpha B. So alpha B is equal to AB minus B. So the value of AB is 150 minus that 150. So the value of alpha B is 0. Similarly, now we can calculate the value of beta. So beta is equal to n minus b. The value of n is 500 minus b is 150. So 500 minus 150, it is 350. So the value of beta is 350. Now similarly we can calculate the value of alpha. Alpha is equal to n minus a. Here n is 500 and a is 100. So 500 minus 100, which is equals to 400. Now the value of alpha beta. Alpha beta is alpha minus alpha b. So alpha is 400. 400 minus 0, which is equals to 400. Now calculate the value of a beta. A beta means this. A beta is equal to beta minus alpha beta. So beta is 350 minus 400. 350 minus 400 is minus 50. So here the value of a beta is negative, that is less than 0. Hence the data is inconsistent. For the consistency of the data, we require all values are the positive, but here the value of a beta is minus 50. So the given data is inconsistent. Another example is, examine whether the following data is consistent or not. Here n is equal to 100, a is 30, b 80 and ab is 40. So 4 frequencies are given. Our first step is we have to find the remaining frequency by using this table. So our table contains A alpha total, B beta and total. Now just substitute the given value. The value of n is given, that is 100. The value of A, it is 30. B is 80 and AB is equal to 40. Now from this column we can calculate the value of alpha B. Alpha B is this B minus AB, means 80 minus 40, which is equals to 40. Now we can calculate the value of A beta. A beta is equal to A minus AB, that is 30 minus 40, which is equals to minus 10. So this frequency is negative, so we can directly say our data is inconsistent, but we can calculate on remaining frequencies also. So here beta is equal to n minus b, that is 100 minus 80, which is equals to 20. Similarly alpha is equal to n minus a, that is 100 minus 30, which is equals to 70. Now this alpha beta is equal to alpha minus alpha b, that is 70 minus 40, which is equals to 30. Since our this value a beta is minus 10, so which is less than 0, hence the given example is also inconsistent. In this way we can check the consistency of the data. If all the frequencies are positive, then we can say the data is consistent. If any one of the frequency is negative, then we can say the data is inconsistent data. Next topic is independence of attributes. Two attributes A and B are said to be independent if AB upon A is equal to alpha B upon alpha, or AB is equal to A into B divided by N. If this LHS is equal to RHS, then we say that two attributes A and B are independent. If the two attributes A and B are independent, then alpha and B are also independent. If A and B are independent, then A and beta are also independent. And if A and B are independent, then alpha and beta are also independent. For example, from the given information, check whether the attributes A and B are independent or not. So the given is N is 24, A is 16, B is 6, alpha B is 6. We know the condition for independence of two attributes A and B are independent if AB is equal to A into B divided by N. So here the value of A is given, B is given. So we have to, and N is also given. Now we have to calculate the value of AB. So the value of AB can be calculated by using the table. So here table, the given values are, we can write this value in the table as A, alpha and total, B, beta and total. So here N is given, that is 24, A is also given 16, B is 6 and alpha beta is also 6. Now we can find the remaining frequency. Since the value of N and A is given, we can find the value of alpha. Alpha is equal to N minus A. N minus A. So 24 minus 16. So alpha is equal to 8. Now the value of alpha is known. Alpha beta is known. Alpha beta is also known. Now from these two values we can calculate the value of alpha b. So the value of alpha b is equal to this 8 minus 6, which is equals to 2. Now from these two values, means from the value of this b and alpha b, we can calculate the value of ab. So ab is equal to 6 minus 2, which is equals to 4. Now from these two values, that is from value of A and AB, we can calculate the value of beta. So beta is equal to 16 minus 4, which is equals to 12. And the value of, sorry, this is the value of A beta. A beta. And the value of beta is equal to this 12 plus 6. So it is 18. So in this way we can calculate all these values and just substitute the values here and calculate the answer. So our value of AB is 4, which is equals to the value of A is 16 into value of B is 6 divided by N is 24. Just do the simplification and calculate the answer. So you just substitute the value 16 into 6 divided by 24, which is equals to 4, means LHS is equal to RHS. LHS is AB. AB is equal to 4 and RHS is equal to A into B divided by N, which is equals to 4. So here attributes A and B are said to be independent because LHS is equal to RHS. Another example is given A and B are independent attributes where N is 200, A is 100, B is 140. Find the ultimate class frequency. So here already condition is given, that is A and B are independent attributes, means AB is equal to A into B divided by N. This condition is satisfied and the value are N is given, A is given and B is given. We have to find the ultimate class frequencies. Since A and B are independent, so the remaining class frequencies are calculated by using this table. A and B are independent means AB is equal to A into B divided by N. So from this we can calculate the value of AB. So the value of AB is, A is 100 into B is 140 divided by 200. After doing some simplification, we get the value of AB is equal to 70. So the value of AB is 70. B is 140, A is 100 and N is 200. Now from these four values we can calculate the remaining values. Alpha B is the B minus AB. That is 114 minus 70, which is equals to 70. Similarly, beta is N minus 140, so it is 60. Alpha is 200 minus 100, which is equals to 100. alpha beta is equal to alpha minus alpha b. So 100 minus 70, which is equals to 30. And a beta is beta minus alpha beta, that is 60 minus 30, which is equals to 30. So in this way, from this we can find the remaining frequency if A and B are the independent attributes. Next topic is association and dissociation. When two attributes are not independent, then there exists association or dissociation between the two attributes. So firstly we see what is positively association or positively or simply associated. So attributes A and B are said to be positively associated or simply associated if the value of AB is greater than A into B divided by N. Means if the attributes are independent, then there must be AB is equal to A into B divided by N. But if they are not independent, then if AB is greater than A into B by N, then we can say there is a positive association between that attributes. Next term is negatively associated or dissociated. Attributes A and B are said to be negatively associated or dissociated if AB is less than A into B by N. Means if they are not independent, and that if AB is less than A into B by N, then they are said to be negatively associated or dissociated. Next term is completely associated. Attributes A and B are said to be completely associated if AB is equal to A or AB is equal to B. If AB is equal to A or AB is equal to B, then we can say attributes A and B are completely associated. Note that if AB is equal to A, then we get A beta equal to 0. And if AB is equal to B, then we get alpha B is equal to 0. Next term is completely dissociated. Attributes A and B are said to be completely dissociated if AB is equal to 0 and alpha B or alpha B is equal or alpha beta equal to 0. Means completely association means if AB is equal to A or AB is equal to B, then the attributes A and B are said to be completely associated. And if AB is equal to 0 or alpha beta is equal to 0, then we say attributes A and B are completely dissociated. So in today's lecture we saw consistency of the data. If some frequencies are found to be negative, then the data is said to be inconsistent. Means if any one of the frequencies is negative, then we can say that data is inconsistent. Then we saw independence of attributes. So two attributes A and B are said to be independent if AB is equal to A into B divided by N. Then if two attributes are not independent, then there is a association or dissociation. So positively associated means if AB is greater than A into B by N, and negatively associated means if AB is less than A into B by N. Completely associated means if AB is equal to A or AB is equal to B, and completely dissociated means if AB is equal to 0 or alpha beta equal to 0. In next lecture, we will continue with our next topic. Thank you.